tonight.
111-97 Golden State.
And Love blocked by Durant. His 5th rejection of the game. Oh, he puts it in. Largest lead of the night. 31 for Durant.
I see two guys who locked in the way they are. That's why we're up 2-0.
We just got to figure out how we can be better than this.
Good day. Thank you so much for joining us. First take at the NBA Finals, Lake Chalet in Oakland. It's a beautiful day out here. And now our next guest, he's a hip-hop artist. He's a songwriter. Most importantly for this crowd, they're so hyped right now. He's an Oakland native. We welcome Mr. Fab to the First Take desk. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite.
Now, you didn't jump on the bandwagon. You've been a fan. You've been a season ticket holder of these Warriors for over a decade. What was your reaction after last night's game?
Last night was a good game, man, but it's just another game. You're playing against a great organization and what Cleveland has, and they're a great team. All we did was defend.
Assistant coach?
Is this coach? Coach speak a little nervous?
All we did was defend home court.
Yeah.
Are you traumatized after last year? Is that what's happening?
so.
Yeah. I'm
No.
expecting
You've been listening to me,
more
huh?
bravado after those
No,
two games.
I'm not a biased fan. You know, we're being realistic. The Cavs possibly have the greatest player on earth on their team, arguably. And at any given night, he can go out and produce. Two good people, Kyrie and LeBron coming together on any given night, they can beat any team in history's past. So we just did what we had to do. We defended home court and 2 more games. So the first 1 or 2, to me, it doesn't matter if we sweep, if we go 5, if we go 7, as long as we get 4 before they get 4.
Now, let's be real. How much of that reservation is truthfully based off of what happened last year and the fact and maybe the fear that it could happen again?
This has nothing to do with last year. We're definitely a total different team.
What y'all want to do?
It's Marcellus. I mean,
Better hope Jonathan Ogden isn't in the audience.
It's a total different team. This is not Harrison, and Harrison is a great friend of mine, real good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I'm not up here to, scrutinize his character or anything, but Kevin Durant is a different specimen, man. And this guy is going out there and he's playing with I'm not little brother anymore, LeBron. And he has that chip on his shoulder. When you seen yesterday in the third quarter, I think LeBron was getting a little rough with him and trying to bully him up a little bit. He responded with not only a 3-point shot, but a move in LeBron's face like, okay, listen, I'm not playing with you, boy.
Yeah.
And, I ain't playing with you, boy.
As a season ticket holder for over a decade, so you were there for the whole ride,
Yeah.
So you see it coming together, and then Mark Jackson, and he's instilling confidence. They're still not really moving the ball, but you could see there's something there, and then Steve Kerr comes in, the offense gets fluid, and they bring in more pieces, and now KD, and it looks like it's put over the top. Can you describe what it's like being from the area, having those tickets, spending that money, showing up to the games through the lean years, and then seeing the whole process, and now you're on the precipice of greatness?
I've been blessed with even positioning, with being in position of getting in the games how we were getting in the games years ago. And I met a guy named Jeff Tuttle and Mike Sherman. They own actually 12 seats in the front row, and they brought me in like a nephew and like a son. So to be able to be embraced by those guys like that, man, get those seats that's a blessing as all.
Just as someone in the Bay Area,
we enjoyed the process, Max. What we did was we enjoyed the process. As you alluded to earlier, this team was brought by. We picked these guys. We had Steph. We had Clay. We had Draymond going 35th, you know what I'm saying, in the second round. We picked this team, and then the nucleus of it coming together with Kevin Durant coming in, just like you said, put us over the top. So enjoying the process. Mark Jackson was a great motivator. I think I heard someone saying earlier, we need motivators in our life, and we need mentors. And the motivation of this team was definitely brought to fruition from Mark Jackson's philosophy.
Does that make it, easier? From the rest of the world's point of view, Stephen A. Smith has called KD's move the weakest move he's ever seen from a superstar in the history of basketball or in the history of American team sports. But from a Warriors fan's point of view, I'd probably be thinking, hold on, these were not super high draft picks. This was built organically from the draft and from coaching and from player development. We're not allowed to sign one free agent. We can't sign a single superstar free agent.
If we talk about that, we talk about let's put this on. As basketball, it's a team's position from the front office to the players to build a great team. Do we want to say, are we throwing a slat at David Griffin, or are we accrediting Bob Myers for building this team and Jerry West for building this team? But this isn't the first time that this has happened. We look at the Detroit Pistons. We look at when Adrian Dantley was traded for Mark Aguirre, and they were able to build a stronger nucleus to get stronger.
Moses Malone going to the Sixers.
After they had lost to the Sixers. So we're talking about, this isn't the first time this is going. But in today's time, with the millennials and with social media being as rampant as it is, it's more visible and it's more highlighted. So you can't villainize Kevin Durant for making a decision to want to be a winner. How can you be mad at someone who wants to win?
Has the media and the fans and social media and all the scrutiny and criticism of KD coming here dampened the feeling at all for Warriors fans this year? Like, yeah, y'all won, but you're supposed to win.
Not at all.
It hasn't taken away from the joy of the whole thing?
Because you're not supposed to win. We did a team as what we went and put a team together with hopes of winning. And we're winning.
But you're the favorites, too. So that is supposed to win.
But at the end of the day,
you're just saying he's wrong. Right?
Yeah, basically. It's anonymous for a reason.
At the end of the day, we have a great team.
Yeah.
On paper, we're a better team. And on that court, we're showing that we're a better team. But at the end of the day, it's the NBA. So on any given night, anyone can beat anyone.
That's fair, especially when it's LeBron. But speaking of signing players, your first cousin's Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. How happy are you that he's back in the Bay playing football?
Oh, Raider fans make some noise. He's just...
Like their chances this year to do something?
Oh, we know why he's here. He's just here so he can win the championship, man. We want to be able to give both Oakland teams a championship before they leave, because that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's the city. You know what I mean? It's the city, Oakland, and it's town business. We just want to be able to go to the championship.
I've asked all our Oakland, or many of our Oakland guests or Bay Area guests about the renaissance in Bay Area sports in recent years. The Raiders are on the rise, and that was after the Niners were good for a while, really good. The Giants win the World Series like every other year. Andre Ward is undefeated, and even boxing, you look at every kind of corner of the sports world, and their championships or top competitors in the Bay Area. So what's that been like to live through the renaissance here?
It's a great time right now, and I just wish Billy Bean would get everything together. And the money ball situation of hopefully that he could bring these A's in. We had a great chance to win with that organization, but it's great, man. Like Hammer said a couple days ago, something in the water, and the champions out here, they're actually doing and they're prevailing, and it's a great time. What a time to be alive for the Bay Area, not only as sports fans, but as the regular everyday life people out here, man, with something to cheer about, because outside of sports, it's pretty dampened and morbid, but it's something to cheer for, and it's something to take your mind away from the things that's going on in the world today, man. And it's just a great feeling.
Quoting Hammer on the show a couple days ago, that means you're watching every morning.
I watch every day. I watch every day. That's why I don't appreciate how you keep going against us like this, and you keep dogging us. I don't appreciate that.
And I wouldn't either. But it sounds like it's
working. Enough going your way.
You came on the show whispering. You came on the show, yeah, I'm a Golden State fan. I've been for 10 years. I don't know if we're going to win. I respect the organization.
Just humble. Just humble.
Is it working?
You don't want to be overly confident, and then it comes back and slaps you in the face. But at the end of the day, man, you want to be assertive. A lot of people try to throw Kevin Durant under the bus when he said, I don't care if we win. We just want to go out and play basketball. I'm just happy to be here. But in actuality, we know he wants to win. He's just being humble. So when we go to that parade, the whole city looks on, and we're on that float, and everybody's smiling. But before I get out of here, man, I lost my mother to cancer as well, so I want to send condolences to Stephen A. and anyone else that may be going through that, as well as to the people and with the recent effects of the shooting today. I don't know if you guys heard about that. And then the people of London. Just wanted to approach that real quick, man. And condolences to the world.
Appreciate you saying that. We miss Stephen A. being here for sure. Looking forward to him coming back soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
I want to end on a heavy note. So, that float that y'all were supposed to be on last year, hopefully y'all got the reservations.
Will you be there?
I'm not.
We need you there.
You might not even use it this year. So, let's see how it goes.
If he's on it, it won't float.
I need my own float.
All right. We'll leave it there. Thank you so much. When we come back here on First Take, who is the best player in the world right now? Weigh in on Twitter. We'll share those results a little later in the show. And coming up, Big Shot Bob in the house.
Big Shot Bob.
Check out that jacket. Thank you so much. More First Take after the break. How are you? Good to see you.
Robert.
Bob, baby. How you doing, baby? All right.
What's up, man?
How you feeling?
Good.
Will it be?
Welcome back jacket for no reason. You're joining us on behalf of Taco Bell and their Steal a Game, Steal a Taco promotion.
Exactly.
Are you ever going to wear that jacket again?
Oh, man, yeah. I'm looking sharp, man. I got my tacos on my jacket.
Boy, that's the biggest check you ever got. What the hell you wearing?
Hey, get you a couple, get you a couple tacos. Got still a taco,
You got a
man.
gordito over there, too?
Let me just say this. These fans right now should be happy I'm wearing this jacket because it looks like they might steal a game. Next game, game 3. So they get, America gets free tacos, man. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing wrong with some Taco
I'm
Bell.
a man of the people.
Oh, yeah, you are. So you think we still have a series here?
Yeah, we still have a series. Yes, we still have. You know, the thing is, you cannot count out the king. The king is going home. He's going to get a little rest. And I think they're going to realize we cannot run with these guys. We need to play our game, go home and do their thing. And I think they'll regroup.
I mean, you can't count him out, but he's got at least a standing 8 count right now. 7 and 8. They're getting pretty close. So you say your favorite athlete ever is Michael Jordan, correct? Is that correct?
My favorite athlete? No.
No? Well, this says right here. It's right here in the. Oh, sorry. Wrong. Right. We switched guests. That's tomorrow morning.
It's all good.
You want to remix?
That's my favorite athlete, though.
Who is your favorite basketball player of all time?
My favorite basketball player growing up was Magic Johnson. I love Magic. I just thought, because, for me, I looked at players that were tall like me, and I looked at Magic, and I said, okay, this is what I want to be like. Then I realized Magic Johnson has a lot of turnovers, so I I moved over to Scottie Pippen. And I said, because he's more of my type.
And when you were coming up, they used to say, hey, he's reminiscent of Scottie Pippen in certain ways when you were on Houston.
Yeah, I love Scottie Pippen. I used to watch him play all the time and try to emulate him. Then I realized I don't like dribbling the basketball this much. I really just stand in the corner and shoot. So, those two guys I really love growing up, and I try to emulate them as much as possible. Then again, there's certain guys you can't emulate, and you just have to be yourself. And then I decided just to be Robert Ory, a killer from 3.
A killer from 3 and a killer on D, too.
Yeah.
The reason I bring it up, though, is besides it being switching the guests in the notes, is that LeBron is now in this Michael Jordan conversation. Everyone wants to put him in. I think people were anticipating a closer series so far, more competitive games, 1 and 2 at least. Where do you stand on that issue?
I think people always want to compare players, and I think they need to just stop it and let guys be themselves. Durant's going to be Durant, Clay's going to be Clay, Kyrie Irving's going to be himself, and we always want to say, oh, he's the next greatest thing. But if you look at him, one's a guard, one's a forward, and you can't really compare the guys because they do different things. And it's not fair to either athlete, and everybody's always going to think they're the best. Hell, I think I'm the best ever played. You're supposed to think that as an athlete. I'm sure you thought you was the best, right?
No, he was the one who didn't.
And you're supposed to have that confidence and that cockiness about yourself. And if you look back, you can never actually compare the guys unless they went head-to-head at the same time when both of them were at their primes.
All right, don't lie to me. You ever see Michael Jordan just laugh at him and be like, you may be the GOAT, but I got more rings than you did, dog? You ever look at him like that?
Yeah, and I do the same thing to him, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And that's one of those things people always judge you by your rings. You cannot do that. You got to look at people that played on great teams like Karl Malone, one of the greatest power forwards ever played the game. He just happened to run into Michael Jordan. There's always going to be somebody out there with a better team than you and better players than you. So you cannot judge these players because, okay, he doesn't have this many rings, so he wasn't this good of a player. That's just stupid.
But because you do have 7 rings on 3, the Rockets and the Spurs and the Lakers, you have a better understanding than most of what makes a championship team. If you had to put your finger on the one thing that separates out the champions from everyone else, what is it?
It's just knowing each other like the back of our hands. You look at these guys, if you look at the way the Warriors are playing right now, they're playing like one person. They know where each other's going to be all the time. If you look at Cleveland, like they're changing their plays constantly. Like, I don't know where you're going. I don't know where this guy's going. You got to know each other like the back of your hand. These guys aren't doing that. Cleveland's like, which way do you go? Where are you going? What you doing? That causes a lot of those turnovers. And you got to be one. You look at the teams that we had, even the 95 Rockets, we didn't know what we were doing until the finals came around, until the playoffs came around, because we had just got Clyde in a big trade and we didn't understand the dynamics of his game. And once we started knowing him, we just rolled everybody.
So how do you do that? Like, is there a way to get there to play as one?
Communication, man. You got to talk. You got to say, hey, I don't like to do this. I don't like to do this, but I love to do this. And a lot of guys now are so afraid to talk to each other because their feelings get hurt so easily. I'm like, if I don't want you to throw me the ball over here, don't throw me the ball. And I tell you that, well, I just got to give you the ball where you can get it. And these guys get so upset now. I tell people all the time, you yell at your kids, you spank your kids. I know people are going to get mad, but when I say spank, it's like smack them on the hand, not beat them up, down.
No, we get it.
I know how kids get.
Yeah, but
so at the end of the day, you still love them, and you're just gonna have arguments. You got to realize to let it go. And nowadays, these guys, they hold a grudge.
Grow thicker skin and communicate.
Yeah, you got to communicate.
How impressed are you with KD so far?
I am super impressed. You know, to be honest with you, he was my MVP this year until he got hurt. And if you look at his stats across the board, they're great. They're just tremendously better than any season he's played. And I think it gets overshadowed because of the team he's on. But if you go back, he's better on defense. He's better on offense. He's shooting incredibly from three. He should have been MVP this year if he wouldn't have got hurt. You know, no disrespect to those other three guys, but I think he would have been MVP if he'd have stayed healthy.
Now, your name is Big Shot Bob. So obviously there's some secret sauce about in big moments how you played your best. And right now we're seeing some guys not do that. Kyrie Irving comes to mind right now. This year, this finals, not the same Kyrie Irving. What is that secret sauce in those moments that you can elevate your game?
You gonna pay me for that secret sauce?
Well, Taco Bell, I got another.
They already paid me for this, so you gotta pay me for that. No, you know the key is.
Secret sauce.
Exactly.
You want some secret sauce to go to the jacket?
You know, here's the thing is, a lot of guys put so much pressure on. Like right now, I guarantee he's thinking about the individual matchup that's going on with Curry, and he's thinking about that. You cannot think about it. You just got to play basketball, and when you go out and you think too much, it messes up your game. And I guarantee you, he's worried about, I got to get the better matchup. I got to do exactly what I did last year. I used to always tell myself, there are more important things in life than basketball. This is just a game we played, started out as kids for fun, and then we made it to a career. Just enjoy the moment and just play and let everyone have
paralysis by overanalysis.
Exactly.
Why does that seem to change? For in other words, last year that seemed to be Steph. This year it's Kyrie. We have a tendency to think that once a guy reveals that, that's who he is. Why do you think it flipped this year?
Well, I think it flipped. Last year they put so much pressure on themselves because they had the best record in the NBA, and so they went out and said, we gotta win the championship. Exactly, and then. You know, you lost Draymond Green in that one game, and all of a sudden the momentum changes. And that's all you need is one little switch to flip, and the momentum changes. So this series is, I know we asked me this earlier, is it over? It's not over yet because anything can happen. You can get an injury. You know, look at what happened to Golden State. They should have lost game one against the Spurs, but Kyrie gets hurt, they win that game. So it's a lot of things that can happen. So the series is still wide open until that last buzzer and that trophy is being brought in.
It is amazing that they were getting their butts whipped when Kawhi was in the game, and then Kawhi went out, and the Warriors have destroyed the league since then.
Thank you, Zaza. Robert, thank you so much. Appreciate you and Taco Bell. Making me hungry right now.
Where are tacos at?
Right? Seriously.
Yeah, you don't bring us tacos. You messed up.
Until someone steals a game, you don't get your tacos to June 13th.
Got it.
And then to the end of the finals to June 20. You got to win a game on the road.
KD, two wins away here from winning a chip, but is he already the best player on the planet? Go on Twitter, vote. We'll get into that a little later. Coming up after the break, Emmy Award-winning actor Shamar Moore. You know who he's repping. First Take Today here.
Take me my spirit. See me when we never had a penny. We always had spirit. Holy and fire, let's get fire. Holy and higher. We the future, be the empire. Get fire. Holy and higher.
Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living. No home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired a
Finals. Thank you to all of you who are part of it, all of you who came out, including our next guest, Emmy Award-winning actor. Homecoming for him. He's just a little bit hype right now.
Let's go.
Let him know.
Back at the crib.
Back here.
Back home.
98, you said, huh? 98?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. They see the Hollywood stuff and all that, but home sweet home, 98th Avenue behind the Coliseum, born on Ashland Avenue, Kaiser Hospital. Yeah.
And before we get into it, hey, congrats on your new show getting picked up.
SWAT
on
in the
CBS.
building. SWAT 2017. Yes. It's I've had a blessed career, 24 years strong, but honestly, everything built up to this is the dream job. SWAT is coming back. Everybody knows the franchise. I'm old enough for the show in the 70s, and then 15 years ago there was LL Cool J and Sam Jackson, Colin Farrell, Michelle Rodriguez. They did the movie, and so we're doing the reboot. So SWAT is back 2017. I'm playing Hondo in the building.
Good stuff. You know what else is good stuff? Your Warriors. How are you feeling about them?
I'm so here. Let me tell you a little history, just so you know that I'm not just faking the funk about wearing all this gear.
All right,
okay.
you're legit.
When I was born Kaiser Hospital, it was Ricky Henderson and Dwayne Murphy of the A's.
Oh yeah.
Then fast forward with the A's.
Center field and left field.
Yeah, I was at Battle of the Bay in it was '89 when the earthquake hit. I was standing in line for hot dogs when it was Mark McGuire and Canseco, the Smash Brothers, and then running around the Coliseum. Dave Stewart for the A's. I was a pitcher in college, so this is my left hand. That's as far as my fingers would go. I couldn't throw a circle change, so he had me stretch out my fingers so I could.
Man.
So I could.
I hope you could throw it now.
Right, so I could throw that drop off the table. But the Warriors, World Be Free. Bernard King. All right, I was 8 years old, and now all these years later, it's just so fun for Oakland, for the town to be on the map with the Splash Brothers, Draymond, and it's so fun, it's so fast, and the game has changed, and Steph and Clay and Draymond, all those guys, all these kids now making it rain, but the game is so fun, and just to see Oakland on the map and winning like this with the Raiders and
now, Shamar, you mentioned the Splash Brothers, you mentioned Draymond, you didn't say KD not once, he's on your team.
No, he is. No, I'm with
everything okay with KD?
No, KD.
You noticed that too?
Yes.
Yeah. No KD love?
Yeah.
KD, I'm a big fan. I got respect for everybody in the game. I get LeBron is a big. No, I'm so happy for KD, and then forget all that. Oh, he took the easy way out. Now you get in this game to get that ring, and that's the dream. And he's
see what he was doing. He was bringing up that he's a fan of all the players originally, Ricky Henderson and everybody. So Kevin Durant just got here. Yeah. Got to give him a minute.
He got to earn his stripes, but he's about to get it. But KD is a beast, and he's putting it down. You see how bad he wants it.
Yeah.
They all want it. But this means something to him. Just by the way he's balling, it means something to all of them. Then what happened last year? Man, in the last 2 minutes, So, and these 20 game margins, these wins, you want to see them tight. But I ain't mad. Smack him in the mouth. Just smack him in the mouth.
Now I asked Robert Horry this because you guys flip-flopped in our rundown. It's you whose favorite athlete ever is Michael Jordan. It better be, or some producers have loved it.
My favorite basketball player is Michael Jordan.
Favorite basketball player. So what do you think about the LeBron Jordan comparisons?
It's so tough. It's a different time. We can make the conversation real short, but there's a bunch of buts. Real short, because I think I respect LeBron. He's a beast. He's a freak of nature. Jordan did 3 years. He did a bunch of years before he started winning, but then he went 3-0, and then he left to play baseball, and he wasn't all that good. Then he came back and won 3 more, and at the end of the day, he's 6-0. End of conversation. All right. But I will say the game is different. Look at LeBron. He's a physical freak. The game is faster. When Jordan was doing it, it was magical because he was the only one doing it. Now a bunch of these guys are doing Jordan-esque type of stuff. So Jordan was running around, he was the first, and now there's many. So now when you have that many who could do that type of stuff, the game got to be harder. The game,
Who's your favorite player in today's game?
My favorite, Steph is fun to watch because he makes it look so easy. He makes it look so easy. I would say LeBron. I like Westbrook. Because he just go hard all day.
I don't even know I asked the question. It's the same 5 or 6 dudes for everybody.
But you were a big
we all like Westbrook and LeBron and KD.
But Kobe you're a big fan of Kobe, correct?
Oh, no, I respect Kobe. I just miss the old Lakers. I'm an Oakland guy, but living down in L.A. with the Hollywood thing, back when it was my man Robert Horry, D. Fisher, when it was Kobe, when it was Shaq, Rick Fox. Man, that was I'm just saying, when you live in L.A. and that's going down, it's hard not to be. It's just it was a party. I respect Kobe's game. And then just the way he went out with 60 points. Tip your cap.
Yeah.
He went out like Derek Jeter went
Kobe.
out. Yeah. Derek Jeter went out with that, that base hit through the second base, to finish his career. But no, Kobe all day long. It's funny that they call him the old man. I know it's sports, but look, I'm 47 years old, and I'm trying to keep my black from cracking, right? So if Kobe is an old man, then I'm ancient. But no, what a career. Kobe is. He's top 5. You want to talk about Jordan, you want to talk about LeBron, Kobe's up there.
Has LeBron passed Kobe?
No.
You know it. Look at him. He want to say it.
I want to say, you know, my uncle told me something when I was screaming about Jordan years ago. My uncle's from Boston, so he's Mr. Celtics. And then we were talking about Bird, and I was saying, no, Jordan. We were talking about Bird. We were talking about Magic, and he was like, where the rings? Where the rings? Where the rings? So Kobe's rings, LeBron's rings. So he's not Kobe yet. He's not Kobe yet.
All right.
Counting rings.
I don't know. Robert Horry told me don't count the rings.
Although he got
seven of them. He stopped counting.
Damn, Robert, you're on the wrong side of that argument.
Right.
It's always different. Shamar, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to SWAT coming out this fall on CBS, 10 o'clock Eastern. When we come back here on First Take, is Durant the best player on the planet? We'll reveal the results and react. Also, was Game 2 the official end to the conversation of who is better, Curry or Kyrie? We get into that.
Hungry.
After the show, we are flying the friendly skies, headed to the land, Hofstra House specifically. That's where we're going to be the rest of the week, but that isn't all. We got double headers, gentlemen. Primetime specials tomorrow and Wednesday, starting 7 p.m. Eastern. Doors open 8:30 a.m. Eastern for the morning shows, 5:30 p.m. Eastern for the primetime specials. So get down there early. Don't miss out on a good time, like we're having right now. Beautiful Lake Chalet. Actually sad to leave this place, sunny California. We're having a good time in Oakland, and so is our First Take fam. They're so hyped right now. Part of the reason that's happening, because Kevin Durant is scoring. He had another great performance in Game 2, becoming the 4th player in NBA Finals history with 30 points in a 5-block game. So we asked you all on Twitter, has he passed LeBron James as the best player in the NBA? And wait for it, 74% of you said negative.
Wow. First time you can say Twitter got it right.
In the history of Twitter.
In the history of Twitter.
Max?
Yes.
They got it right?
They did get it right. KD is outplaying LeBron in this series. He's outplaying him on offense. He's outplaying him on defense. He's outplaying him head-to-head. He looks younger, faster. He's obviously taller and longer. And in the moment of truth, LeBron's trying to put the pedal to the metal, and the gas tank look a little empty, especially on defense. So you say, well, how does that all add up to KD not passing him? Because LeBron has so much more responsibility for his team, both sides of the floor. KD can just do his thing and fit in as a kind of the best version in any universe of what Harrison Barnes was supposed to do last year. And KD does that, and oh my God, that's all he's got to do. LeBron's got to be the quarterback, the receiver, the offensive line, the whole thing. And so LeBron, given his level of responsibility, is not looking as good as KD. He's still the most valuable player in basketball.
All KD has to do is do his thing, huh? Well, his thing's pretty impressive right now. Blocking Kevin Love on one end, taking it to the other end of the court, hitting the shot while you fall down. Not to mention just generally being the MVP of this series. I can't blame Twitter for getting it wrong. I mean, I can't blame Twitter for being late to the party because no one said it's happened yet, just that it's happening. Hey, enjoy this moment because you're getting to see it in live time right now. It's like a NASCAR race. You can see the car passing the other car. Is he the best player in the NBA right now? Maybe the King still gets to call that. But what you're watching is the pass happening. And a year from now, this debate will be over. Kevin Durant will be the best player in the NBA. Most of you will be sitting here trying to argue for the past, but for the present, you're watching it happen before your eyes. And when Paul Pierce says right now, he means right now. Not last year, not 5 years ago. Right now it's happening.
Yeah, but Paul Pierce couldn't even complete the sentence before his broadcast partners and other NBA players were like, hold on, calm down.
Chauncey
was like,
what is he, ignorant? If you ever thought unanimous agreement was the way to go, did that mean you were right? That's wrong.
Look, let's take it to the purest, the first sport there is, track and field. The reason why I always go to track and field because you get kind of lost a lot of times in team sports. Like, who is the individual great of that team?
All right.
But this way, this is LeBron James versus Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant and LeBron James, if they raced in the same race one-on-one, LeBron beats him in the 100. But you put Kevin Durant on a relay called the Golden State Warriors, and he's getting the baton so much more ahead of when LeBron gets it. Now, LeBron can't suck him up.
It was a one-on-one race a minute ago.
Yeah,
now it's a relay.
That's easy. That's an easy one.
I can't keep up.
That's the easy one.
Where's the tortoise in the hair?
This is the tortoise. So, in this situation, look, Kevin Durant is getting the baton, and LeBron's like, hurry up. Come on, Kyrie. Give me the damn baton. And then when he finally gets it, he's too far behind to catch up, make up the difference as he did last finals. But trust me, one-on-one.
Here's the thing about going forward.
LeBron.
We may be watching that moment. I brought this up after game one. We may be watching a changing of the guard by force. It's possible that we're watching that because no player in the history of basketball until right now has played as many minutes as LeBron James and still been the best player in the world. LeBron is in new, uncharted territory. We don't know how long that can last. Maybe it can't last much longer. Maybe this is the start of it. There's no way to know, and I will tell you this much. We're 2 games into these finals. As Marcellus pointed out, the point differential was larger for the Warriors in the first 2 games of last year's finals, and the Cavs won. Let's
see how they respond in Cleveland. We can revisit this conversation. You guys want to squash another debate here? So Kyrie Irving hasn't looked like himself in this series by any means. He's a combined minus 34 in the first 2 games so far, something we didn't expect when we were debating if Kyrie was better than Steph Curry. So is that conversation officially over, Will? Were we premature with that?
Look, I don't know why we had the conversation in the first place. I mean, this wasn't... I understand that Kyrie had an awesome finals last year.
Yes.
I understand he played incredibly, but we're talking about the 2-time MVP here. We're talking about the 1-time unanimous MVP here. And we're having a debate about whether Kyrie has passed Steph. That was a disrespectful debate to Steph Curry. And it's not even about disrespecting Kyrie. Kyrie's great, but come on.
But Kyrie
it's
was
Steph
clutch in
Curry
the
we're
finals.
talking about here.
Yeah, but look, I don't think the debate is over. You can put Steph ahead of Kyrie, but certainly Kyrie being 4 years younger has a lot to write in his story. Think about it. 4 years ago, who was Steph Curry? Injury-prone, bad contract player that we were saying, can we really build around? 4 years ago. Now, he's 2-time MVP and the finals champion and all that. If you're Kyrie Irving...
You say those things fast.
Well,
you get those out of the way really fast.
Because it's not apples to apples. Kyrie Irving is still in that conversation, but you got to get
the debate is certainly not over because of the age. Because you're right, Kyrie is so much
4 years
younger.
is a big
The
deal.
reason we talk about it at all is because Kyrie outplayed Steph in the finals last year, and because Steph shoots better, but Kyrie can also shoot. Kyrie's got better handles, but Steph also's got crazy handles.
He's also a closer, Kyrie.
But here's why Steph is at the moment ahead. The reason he won the MVPs is Steph has shown himself to be an unselfish team player who you can build a successful championship caliber team around, and Kyrie has yet to show that he can win an NBA game without LeBron James. That's why right now Steph is trouncing him. But it's not over, and Kyrie will likely eventually pass him.
I think you're getting the semantics wrong here, but they're important. The debate's not over. How about this? If in 4 years, and I'll give you your 4 years you talk about, Kyrie has 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous, then the debate can begin.
No,
then we'll start this debate.
If Steph can win an MVP in the finals, or if Steph can actually show up in the finals the way Kyrie did last year,
and continue to outplay him.
We're talking a week.
And continue to actually outplay Kyrie because Kyrie outplayed Steph last year.
It's happening.
Yep.
All right.
An injured Steph.
Oakland. Thank you all.